Good afternoon, everyone. I am so happy to see so many of you turn out today. It's really, really heartening. I'm so enthused. I cannot believe how great it is that you're able to turn out today. I'm running for state representative in District 58A. I really have been involved with the Ron Paul movement for quite some time. Donated to his campaign and got involved right away. Steve Rogers helped me get involved with the process over in our Senate district, and it's really been a great effort seeing all the people that are involved and meeting just what are some of the most tremendously intelligent and thoughtful people that I've ever met in politics. When you look at the McCain camp versus the Ron Paul camp, it was night and day. And I've seen so many things as far as how the GOP has treated us, and myself in particular. I don't know if everybody's familiar with what happened at the state convention, but I was one of the people that actually went up there, made the motion, and said that the ballots that they had printed up were invalid because they didn't follow their own rules, while at the same time they took our literature off the floor because it didn't follow the rules. So the hypocrisy of the Republican Party was really apparent in many ways. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today as much as I am about the great things that have come out of that whole event. Because it really solidified us into saying we need to be involved, we need to continue to stay the course, and we need to work even harder to show them that we are going to continue to stay and we are going to make ourselves heard. What especially struck me was when I was at Juneteenth. Now, Juneteenth is a big Democratic rally, essentially, because it's supposed to be an event where they celebrate the freeing of the slaves when the Union went down into the South and told the slaves that they were free. But what ends up happening at this event is there's a bunch of Democratic candidates and such that all just kind of take this thing over. What really struck me is how organized they are. And when I saw how organized the Democrats are and how organized their message is to try to push their agenda, it made me say, wow, we have to out-organize these people. We're not fighting against the Republicans. We've got to have a unified front and really defeat these guys, because when it comes down to it, they're the ones we're battling that out against in our races. So I'm running in District 58A, North Minneapolis. A lot of people say a Republican can't win there, but actually I've been out door knocked 2 precincts already, and I've had a lot of people say, well, you know, I've never voted for a Republican, but I'm going to vote for you. I've never donated to a Republican in the last 16 years, but here's $25 for your campaign. There's been a great response, and it's the Ron Paul message that I've been out there saying to people on the street, and it's got legs. It's a saleable commodity out in the marketplace of ideas. It really is. I want to mention just a couple of things that are happening. We have Minnesota for Liberty, MNFOR Liberty.com. That is a listing of all the candidates that are Ron Paul focused. They're all pointed in that direction, and they're all people that have either been involved in the campaign or are very pointed in the Liberty direction. So if you don't know a person to support and you're not sure if there's one in your district, I'd encourage you to go check out that site, because there's 8 people listed there. There's some from Rochester, some from Minneapolis. A couple of them are here, Jason, Bill Youngbauer, myself, and there's also some from up in Duluth. So if you're from far away and you're looking for a candidate to help support, there you can get closer to your candidate. You don't have to come down to Minneapolis. The second thing is we've got MNSonsofLiberty.com, which is our CD5 organization. We've just gotten our team together and we're starting to do events. Coming up July 3rd, we're going to be having an event. There'll be more talk about that later, but these organizations have kind of grown naturally out of the Ron Paul movement, and they're something that you can do to get involved in right away. As far as the issues go, just to tell you a bit about myself, I'm very constitutionally minded, and I'm running against a candidate who defeated the Castle Doctrine legislation in committee. So it was Joe Mullery that was there that said, no, you have no right to defend your home. That's right, boo Joe Mullery. Because there's no black ink that says that you can defend your home or your family. There is nothing that says that. So if you shoot someone that's intruding on your home and may be threatening the life of your family or your children, you actually have no black ink that protects you to say that you have the right to defend yourself and your family and shoot them and kill them. That's what Castle Doctrine says. You have the right to stand your ground. You have the right to treat your home as a castle. And this is the guy that defeated it in committee through trickery and through all kinds of sneaky, underhanded tactics. They didn't even let it get to the floor. So that's the guy we're fighting against in my district. So if you believe in security, personal liberty, you can support my campaign, because when we get him out of there, then we're going to have one more chip to be able to go out there and get things like Castle Doctrine done. We get things like accountability in government done, which is the key to this whole thing. Because we keep raising more taxes, and when we raise more taxes, we just keep throwing it down a black hole. And my district has a great example of that. We have a brand new school that we built in the Minneapolis School District. We spent $14 million building a brand new school called Jordan Park. Fresh started it twice under No Child Left Behind, where they fire all the teachers and try and get the testing numbers up. They finally figured out that they had no idea of how to get that school working, so they closed it down, and now it's up for auction for $1 million. So we lose $13 million of taxpayers' money, we might as well just flush it down the toilet. And that's the kind of stuff that we need to fight against in government. That's what I'm going to be doing in my campaign, is to educate the voters on where their money's being wasted and how we can do things better. And the Ron Paul message will win. It will keep growing, and all we have to do is keep talking about it. So again, my name's Grant Cermak, 58A.